There is a name of God so powerful that if you knew it, you could split mountains. There is a name so secret that angels whisper it only in the deepest heavens. There is a name that holds the entire universe together, like a thread holds beads on a string. Ibn Arabi spent 40 years searching for this name. He traveled from Spain to Mecca. He spoke with saints and scholars. He had visions that shook his soul. And when he finally discovered it, he never wrote it down. Why? Because the secret name of God, Al-Ism Al-Azam, is not meant to be spoken. It is meant to be lived. Today, I will take you on a journey into the greatest mystery of Islamic mysticism. By the end, you won't just know about this name. You will understand why you already carry it inside you. Allah has 99 names. We know them: Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim, Al-Malik, Al-Qudus. But the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, Allah has 99 names. Whoever memorizes them will enter paradise. And he has one more name that he has kept hidden. This 100th name is called Al-Ism Al-Azam, the greatest name. Why is it greatest? Because when you call Allah by this name, your prayer is always answered. Imagine that. A name so powerful that when you say it with sincerity, the fabric of reality bends to your need. Scholars have debated for 1,400 years. What is this name? Some say it's Allah. Others say Al-Hayy Al-Qayyum, the ever-living, the sustainer. Some say Ar-Rahman, the most merciful. Others believe it's hidden in Surah Al-Fatiha. But Ibn Arabi, he took a completely different path. Ibn Arabi said, every scholar is looking for a word, but Al-Ism Al-Azam is not a word you speak. It is a reality you become. Listen carefully. Most people think, if I just find the right Arabic word, I can unlock God's power. Ibn Arabi says, you're thinking too small. The greatest name is not hiding in a dictionary. It's hiding in the mirror of your own soul. Think about it. When you say, Ya Rahman, O most merciful, you're calling on one of God's attributes. When you say, Ya Qawi, O most strong, you're calling on one quality. But what if there was a name that contained all the names at once? A name that is the sum total of every divine quality. That's Al-Ism Al-Azam. And Ibn Arabi says, that name is written on your heart. You just forgot how to read it. Ibn Arabi teaches that Al-Ism Al-Azam exists on 3 levels. Most people never go past the first. Level 1, the name as sound, Al-Lafz. This is where most seekers stop. They think, if I say the right Arabic syllables, the universe will obey me. So they search the Quran. They read hadiths. They ask scholars. And yes, there are powerful names. Allah appears 2,699 times in the Quran. Ar-Rahman is mentioned 57 times. Some say if you repeat Ya Latif, O Gentle One, 129 times, difficulties vanish. But Ibn Arabi asks, if the name is just a sound, then why doesn't it work for everyone who says it? A parrot can say Allah. Does that split mountains? No, because sound without meaning is just noise. This is the trap. People collect names like coins, but their hearts remain empty. Level 2. The name is meaning, Al-Mana. Here, the seeker goes deeper. They don't just say Ar-Rahman. They feel mercy flowing through them. They don't just say Al-Jabbar. They sense God's overwhelming power. This is better. This is sincere. But Ibn Arabi says, still not enough. Why? Because you're still thinking of God's names as separate qualities. Mercy over here, justice over there, power in this moment, gentleness in that moment. But God is not divided. God is one. So how can the greatest name be just one quality among many? It can't. This brings us to the third level. Level 3, the name as identity, al-haqiqa. This is where Ibn Arabi takes you beyond everything you've ever heard. He says, Al-Ism al-Azam is not a name Allah has. It is the name Allah is. Let me break this down. When we say Allah is merciful, we mean mercy is one of His qualities. But when we say Allah is Al-Ism al-Azam, we mean this name is His very essence. And what is His essence? Pure existence, absolute being, wujud. Think of it like this. Ar-Rahman is like saying, the sun is warm. Al-Malik is like saying, the sun is bright. But Al-Ism al-Azam is like saying, the sun exists. Without existence, there is no warmth, no brightness, no anything. So the greatest name is not a quality of God. It is God. And here's where it gets deep. You also exist, don't you? Where does your existence come from? From Him. So, in a hidden way, the greatest name is already inside you. You are a wave, and the greatest name is the ocean. You are a ray, and the greatest name is the sun. You are a word, and the greatest name is the breath that speaks it. Now you might ask, if this is true, why didn't Ibn Arabi just tell everyone? Because knowledge without readiness is poison. Imagine giving a child a sharp knife. They'll hurt themselves. Imagine giving a greedy person unlimited power. They'll destroy the world. The greatest name is like that. If you know it, truly know it, before your heart is purified, one of two things happens. You become arrogant. I have God's secret. I'm special. You misuse it. You try to control reality for selfish gain. Both lead to spiritual ruin. That's why Ibn Arabi said, the name reveals itself only to the one who has already died before dying. What does that mean? In Sufi teaching, there's a concept, fana, annihilation. It means your ego, your I, me, mine. It must dissolve. When the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, die before you die, he meant, let go of the illusion that you are the center of the universe. Because as long as you think, I am separate from God, the greatest name will hide from you. But the moment you realize, I have no existence except through Him, that's when the veil lifts, and you see it, not as a word in a book, not as a secret formula, but as the reality you've always been living inside. Ibn Arabi says the greatest name has no letters. It cannot be written in Arabic, Urdu, English, any language. Why? Because it exists before language. Think about this. Before the Quran was revealed, did God exist? Yes. Before humans invented alphabets, did God exist? Yes. Before the universe was created, did God exist? Yes. So the greatest name is not made of sounds or symbols. It is the silence from which all sounds arise. It is the blank page before the ink. It is the breath before the word. Ibn Arabi calls it al-Ism al-Maktum, the hidden name, and he says, it is hidden not because God conceals it, but because it is too vast for the mind to contain. Imagine trying to pour the ocean into a cup. Impossible, right? That's what happens when you try to contain al-Ism al-Azam in human language. So if the name cannot be spoken, how do you find it? Ibn Arabi left clues, not in one book, but scattered across his writings like breadcrumbs. Let me share 3 of them. 1. Purify the mirror. Ibn Arabi said, your heart is a mirror. God's name is reflected in it. But if the mirror is dirty, you see only your own face. What dirties the mirror? Anger. You see only rage. Greed. you see only what you lack. Pride, you see only yourself. Fear, you see only danger. How do you clean it? Through dhikr, remembrance, salah, prayer, sabr, patience, and tawakkul, trust. But here's the secret most people miss. You're not cleaning the mirror to see God. You're cleaning the mirror to see that the mirror itself is nothing. Only the reflection is real. When you realize, I am not the mirror, I am the reflection, something shifts. The you disappears. And in that emptiness, the name appears. 2. Listen to the silence between breaths. Ibn Arabi practiced a meditation. Sit in stillness. Breathe in, breathe out. But pay attention to the gap between breaths. That tiny moment when you're not inhaling or exhaling. That silence, that emptiness, that is where the name lives. Why? Because in that moment, you are not controlling anything. You are not doing anything. You are simply being. And being is the essence of al-Ism al-Azam. Try it right now. Breathe in, pause. Breathe out, pause. Did you feel it? That stillness? That's not nothing. That's the presence of God before it takes the form of breath. The more you rest in that silence, the closer you come to the name. 3. See the name in everything. Here's where Ibn Arabi becomes radical. He said, Al-Ism al-Azam is not hidden. It is the most obvious thing in the universe. You just don't recognize it. Look at a tree. Does the tree say, I am a tree? No, it just is. Look at a river. Does the river say, I am flowing? No, it just flows. Look at the stars. Do they say, we are shining? No, they just shine. None of them claim to exist independently. They simply express the existence that flows through them. That effortless being, that is al-Ism al-Azam in action. Now look at yourself. Your heart beats without your permission. Your blood flows without your command. Your cells regenerate without your control. You are being lived by something greater than you. That something is the greatest name. And the moment you stop claiming, I did this, I achieved that, I deserve this. The moment you realize, I am not the doer, I am the instrument, you become a living expression of al-Ism al-Azam. In his final years, Ibn Arabi gathered his closest disciples, and he told them something he never wrote in any book. You want to know al-Ism al-Azam? Look at who is asking the question. The students were confused. One said, Master, I am asking. Ibn Arabi smiled. No, you think you are asking, but who gave you the tongue to speak? Who gave you the mind to wonder? Who gave you the longing to seek? The student fell silent. Ibn Arabi continued, the one who seeks God is God seeking himself through you. The question is the answer. The seeker is the sought. Do you understand what he's saying? You are not searching for the greatest name. The greatest name is searching for itself through you, like the ocean making waves to experience its own vastness, like the sun casting rays to feel its own warmth. God created you so he could know himself through your eyes. This is why the Prophet, peace be upon him, said in a Hadith Qudsi, I was a hidden treasure, and I loved to be known, so I created creation. Who is the I in that sentence? Allah. Who is doing the knowing? You. But where do you end and Allah begin? That boundary is the illusion. When you see through the illusion, when you realize there is no existence but his existence wearing different masks, you have found al-Ism al-Azam, not as a word, not as a formula, as the living, breathing reality of your own being, the name you are living right now. Here's the final secret. You are already saying the greatest name. Every heartbeat is reciting it. Every breath is chanting it. Your very existence is the pronunciation of Al-Ism Al-Azam. You just weren't listening, but now you are. And once you hear it, you can never unhear it. Before we end, I must give you Ibn Arabi's warning. This knowledge can destroy you, not because it's false, but because it's too true. If you understand this and then go back to living as if you are separate from God, if you harm others, knowing they are manifestations of the divine, if you waste your life, knowing it is God's gift to Himself, you will carry a weight no soul can bear. That's why Ibn Arabi never wrote it down, because the name protects itself. It only reveals itself to hearts that are ready, hearts that have been broken by longing, purified by discipline, humbled by gratitude, emptied of ego. If you are not ready, this knowledge will pass through you like water through a net. But if you are ready, if your heart is crying out, I don't want power, I don't want secrets, I just want to know the truth, then the name is already whispering itself inside you. So, here we are at the end. Did I tell you the greatest name? No, because no one can tell you. But I showed you where to look, in the silence between your breaths, in the mirror of your purified heart, in the reality that you exist at all. Ibn Arabi's final message was this: the name is not something you acquire, it is something you remember. You were born knowing it. Every baby that comes into this world cries the same sound. Ah, not Allah yet, just breath, just sound, just existence announcing itself. And one day, when your soul returns to its origin, it will say, ah, not in pain, but in recognition. So, this was it all along. If this video shook something inside you, don't let it fade. Sit in silence today, just 5 minutes. Listen to your breath and ask, not with your mind, but with your heart. What is my name in your knowledge, Ya Allah? Don't wait for a word, wait for a feeling, a knowing, a presence. And when it comes, you'll understand why Ibn Arabi smiled when they asked him, Master, what is Al-Ism Al-Azam? And he simply said, when you are ready, you won't need to ask. May Allah guide us to the truth that dissolves all questions. May He unveil what He has veiled, and may we become worthy mirrors of His greatest name. Subscribe for more deep dives into Ibn Arabi's hidden teachings. Drop a comment. See you in the next video.